The following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
From Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Wake up, America! It's time for the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY.com, West Palm Beach's #1 internet radio station. Here's your host, the Pipeman.
Ooh, well, it's not actually the Pipeman. Clearly, you can see that. It's Rebel Meddler. I'm stepping in for the Pipeman today. Thanks for joining us here on W4CY.com, W4CY Radio, and all the platforms. Hello. Well, I would like to bring on the other Pipe Nuts so I'm not sitting here doing this alone. So, would you welcome, please, Juan? And we also have a guest today. Hi, Juan. How's it going?
Going well, all things considered.
Oh, very good, very good. So I would also like to welcome our friend, our very dear friend and show host of, oh my goodness, on our sister station, W4WN, Dr. Nicole Fortin. And
hi.
Love, oh my goodness, gosh. Tell me the name of your show. I should know this.
Oh, yeah. The language of healing.
The language of healing.
Yes, it's on W4WN. Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody should listen to the show. So, Pipeman, in Pipeman fashion, he may or may not pop in today, which is going to be interesting. So, Juan, how are you doing today?
Still doing well.
Still doing well? What are you doing?
You had already asked me.
I know, but I wanted to ask again because I didn't feel like I got enough.
You gotta ask 3 times, you know? Get the conscious, subconscious, unconscious realm. Then
you know what it is? She's waiting for me to say that I'm not doing well, and that's never going to happen because I'm always doing well.
Well, that's good. That is definitely good.
That is the benefits of having a positive mindset.
Most definitely. Yeah. Now, I do want to warn people, if there's anyone that could, be set off by any kind of, strobe light.
Strobe light.
I'm not intentionally trying to strobe y'all out or anything. This is just it's just a thing. I've never taken the stage nervously before, but for some strange reason, if things are going to go wrong, they're going to go wrong right ahead of time, right? Have y'all had that same issue? All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No matter how prepared you are, sometimes you're like, yeah, there's always room for fumbling and you got to roll with the punches.
Right. Well, it's just, I feel like I keep myself pretty much calm, cool, and collective for the most part these days. I try anyway. But last minute things, when you have a schedule set and everything's, supposed to follow the schedule, you tend to want to, have everything in order. I like to have everything in order ahead of time. But unfortunately, things do change. Like this strobe light before I give myself an epileptic seizure. We're going to cut that off.
To deal with that. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was part of the effect?
Yes. Just part of the effect.
Well, hey, we are. It's kind of like. Did you know we're going through the eclipse time right now? There's like that solar eclipse today.
I did not know.
Yeah, it started. The window started an hour ago, and it'll go for another like 4 or 5 hours or something. So it's kind of like a portal, So the strobe lights, the wigged out background. We're going on an adventure. We're going on an adventure to find the Pipeman. Where in the world?
Oh, we've done that
Pipeman?
before. He was jumping out of a train that time, though.
Oh yeah, that was a dangerous thing. No, but all right. So I want to start out by saying thank you to the fans. All right, first let's cover this thing. They sent me this veil. Okay, I need to fix my hair differently to have the veil because it's not working for me. The veil itself works for me, and I'm sure I have an absolutely adorable outfit to make that go with. But I did not do my hair the right way to wear the veil today. So that's just a glimpse of what it could be like. But it's going to be so much better when I do get it in order and everything. So we're going to take the veil off because that's driving me nuts. No, we're not stripping off everything today. That is not a strip show. And that's left for something else. I do have to make a comment for the fans who sent the thongs for OnlyFans. I don't think Pipeman wants that kind of stuff on OnlyFans, and that's the only way I'm doing OnlyFans. So therefore, we'll have a conversation with him about that to see if we're going to put those pictures up there. But thank you guys for sending them. I do appreciate everything you guys send me, including the lighting and the backdrop. This backdrop right here, and there it's all the same backdrop. It's very large, but for the closed space. And yes, I know it hasn't been ironed. It literally just came out of its package. So therefore, when Pipeman starts complaining it's not ironed, I don't have an iron in the studio. I'm sorry. I literally took it out the package, and they do have some marks, but it's not a, what does he call them? And that's the reason the fans actually sent them, because Pipeman says things about the backdrops, the green screen, and everything else. It's not a blanket. It is a backdrop, and it's on a stand and everything. Oh. But thank you guys for sending me stuff because I really do appreciate y'all. And I'm actually wearing the whole getup, and I know y'all can't really see this. Let's see a little bit. See the shirt? It's a monster on the shirt, and I have Beetlejuice pants on today. I feel like I'm doing. Oh, that's right. That's what normally happens, right? So sorry. All right. One more thing from me, and then we're going to get to you guys. So be ready, beware. I was supposed to do a Beetlejuice review. For some reason, I can't. I sound weird. Do I sound weird to you guys?
No more than usual.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for that one. No more than usual. Do I usually sound like that? Oh, my goodness. I don't like my own voice for some reason. Have you ever?
No one does.
You should try in the your little girl voice or whatever. What do you call that? Your coffee voice? What do you?
Oh, he would absolutely go nuts if I did that. He hates this voice. It's scary for him for some reason. I don't know why. But enough scary today. We're gonna cover what I don't ever find. Did you guys see Beetlejuice 1?
No.
Oh yeah.
You didn't see Beetlejuice 1?
You're
Go
missing
see
out.
that one. Go see that one, okay? I will definitely recommend Beetlejuice 1. Beetlejuice. I find that
You're
it fell
supposed to say
in the
3 times.
No. See, the name of this one is Beetlejuice. The first one was Beetlejuice, and this one was Beetlejuice. I pray to the gods to please put out a third one, Beetlejuice. But please make it better than the second one, okay? So, if you haven't seen Beetlejuice 1, go see it. If you haven't seen Beetlejuice 2, but yet have seen all the trailers and have this amazing thing in your head, stick with the trailers, okay? I am a big fan of Beetlejuice, and I feel, as in tradition, the second movie doesn't always match up to the first. All right. Unfortunately, I would say go see it only for, it's a movie, and hey, look, the characters are there. The writing for this, I feel, should have been done better. As I was watching the promos and the trailers and everything, and I do mean everything that they put out for Beetlejuice, I was expecting a lot more. It was good. I saw it in a movie the second day it was out. Not on premiere day. It was actually the first day it was out, but they did premiere it the day before. I should have went that day and maybe I would have got the cup I wanted, but I didn't get the cup I wanted. I did see the movie. Right off the bat, if you haven't seen the movie and intend to see it, close your ears. Don't listen to this. Still go see the movie, but it's a spoiler alert, so I'm going to tell you. The dad in the movie, right from the get-go, the dad is dead. He could not be in Beetlejuice because of things that happened in, we're not here to talk about his life. So therefore, he was killed off of the show. He will never return in Beetlejuice, any further Beetlejuices from here. Lydia has grown up and has a daughter. They have a lot of separate storylines in all of this, so I would honestly say that... Are you
going to answer that? Isn't that what we do?
No. We're going to stop that from ringing. But they have a lot of different storylines, and it's all over the place. They do promote that...
it's Beetlejuice.
They do promote... Oh my goodness, I'm getting posts from everywhere. I am live on the air right now. I'm so sorry. In Pipeman fashion, I would talk, but if this is emergency, say yes. If not, I'll call you back. All right, so not an emergency. Sorry about that, guys. We are live on the air. And see, again, things that'll throw you off. Back to Beetlejuice. They did promote... on the trailers, I don't know if you guys saw all of the trailers, they did promote someone looking for Beetlejuice. It was apparently his ex-wife. But you'd know that if you saw Beetlejuice 1, when he takes the ring out to marry Lydia, he does say she didn't mean anything to him. Well, it's true. I don't think, I just personally, I expected more, and that's probably my own fault, but other people, I'd like to say that, Moss Cobblestone said it was a good movie, but unfortunately fell to that second movie thing. If you guys have ever seen a series of movies, most of the time the first one is awesome. It hooks you and you want more. They let let's see, we waited like 40 years for the second one to come out or something. How old is Beetlejuice?
The first one, I'm looking at it right now. The first one came out in 1988. That's probably why I haven't seen it.
Right, but you need to see it from 1988. It was an awesome movie.
I was born 95.
Okay, but so go back and watch some of the movies from the 80s. They are really good. But unfortunately, back to Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, it didn't meet up to the first one. But again, in typical fashion, if you guys, I can't speak for Juan's age, but for our age, when they had a first movie, it was awesome. They hooked you. They put out the second one. It's like, really? What the heck went on? And then they put out a third one and was back up to hype again. So I'm hoping that Beetlejuice will come out and it'll be back up to the hype. But I do want to say, I went to the movie. I didn't get the cup, but I got the book. There you go. The book of the recently deceased. It's not an actual book. If you want the actual book, Spirit Halloween might have it. This is a tin that you can put things in. I don't know if the actual book will fit in this because the tin's actually smaller inside than the book. But the book of the recently deceased tin, it was awesome to go in. I think you had to go pretty much first day out. I don't think theaters have them anymore. But good luck finding it. And good luck seeing the movie. Formulate your own opinion. I really do. I mean, it wasn't god awful. I do still give it a thumbs up. I give it a thumb and a half, maybe, because, thumb and a half, because it wasn't what I was hoping it to be. And there's a lot of things going on. Now, if you do like character drop-ins, you will see Danny DeVito has a part. He wasn't in the credits, but I'm telling you, when they're in the waiting room, after you pass on and you're in this waiting room, I think Charlie Sheen's head was in that fish tank. Just saying. Go and look for it and check it out for yourselves. All right, well, that's my review of Beetlejuice. Woo!
Is that Tim Burton as well?
It is. It is a Tim Burton movie. And again, it's not terrible. but it wasn't what I have created in my mind for it to be. I could have went differently with it. And I think I enjoyed it more in my mind. So it's all good. It's all good. Speaking of the mind, whole mind, body, and soul, Nicole, this is where you come in. I hear that you have something to help us through, to talk about, to let us learn from you. And that is?
Yeah, well, I think that it's like on par with the theme of the day. You know, you plan as much as you can and you try your best to be organized and have everything, all your ducks lined up in a row. And then something just comes in and disrupts the flow. And then what do you do? So, yeah, I thought it was a good opportunity to like talk about these concepts that Wu Wei and Yo Wei. So,
what are those again?
Yeah.
You Wei?
Yeah.
I know, I'm saying it wrong. When I read it, it was like your way, we way, what?
Yeah, I know. You can go your own way. How about that? It is based on Daoist philosophy. So if you don't know about Daoism or what that means, I'm sure you've seen like some things related to it, or the Book of Changes, the Tao Te Ching, that's like 81 verses. And how the way means how to live in accordance with the natural flow of life. So when we go opposite life, we're like climbing the river upstream. There's the struggle, the stress, the burnout, So it's better to flow with the river and enjoy that ride. So I can see, what do we do? Like maybe everyone, all the listeners and the pipe nuts here can, tune in, maybe check in, remember a time where you planned so hard and things didn't go your way. And what did you do? How do you respond in a situation like that? Rebel?
Okay, well, I can use the one from today. Okay. Normally things are all mapped out. We're all pre-planned. We have everything in order for everything to roll smoothly. Unfortunately, there was a lot of bumps in the road there today. So I had to rearrange a whole bunch of stuff at the last minute. Like I was in makeup. This is why it's not all of that great. So today, I'm sorry, folks. Hair and makeup got interrupted with work. So you do the best you can, right? I didn't get the full-on Beetlejuice effects, but hey, you didn't if you watched the movie either. So therefore, I just
we don't know what we don't know.
Right, we don't know what we don't know,
and then how does that make you like? What comes up for you when you're in a moment like that?
Stress. Okay, when you have to shuffle around for things, the stress level goes up. I don't care who you are or what you're on. You have to manage that stress. Don't get all crazy with it. Like I didn't get all crazy with it. Have to say, in my younger years, I would have went ballistically nuts and almost had a meltdown with this because of all those shuffling around and everything. But I was able to keep my cool. We might have started a few seconds late because of, having to rearrange things. And that's sorry. I did my best to try to do what I can, but that's all I could do. And I rolled with it. I rolled with it. We dealt with things, we did a real quick makeup job. So I really don't know. I don't know how it turned out very well because I can't really see myself, but help me out here, guys. Do I look like god awful?
No, you're like perfectly in flow. It's just going with it. Sometimes it's not perfect, even though we might want it to be.
Well, the best thing is there is no such thing as perfect, and that people need to understand. But there is no such thing as perfect, but it will allow you will allow yourself to get to the point that you think you are satisfied with. I didn't get to that choice today. I got to deal with, this is the time you throw it on and boom, there it is. And like I said, I didn't have time to get the hair right to put the veil on. And I am so sorry. I do want to say I do appreciate my fans, and I appreciate you guys for everything y'all send and do. It's amazing. And I promise you, and I keep my promises, I will do a show with the veil on when I have my hair right. I couldn't get it. I have baby fine hair, so I can't get the veil to stay in to look right.
And some
for
clips,
today.
the heavy duties. Well, that's a good, so it's like, it gives us an opportunity then to get more present and in the moment. And it's like, okay, well, we're here now. This is what we're working with, going to show up. And then I like how you turned it around into something of gratitude, being grateful for the fans and grateful for the Pipeman. Da, da, da.
He made it.
The moment we've all been waiting for.
Does that work better? Yes, that works better. Look at that.
That works better.
Looks
Okay,
nice.
Juan, how do I sound? I'm using CarPlay opposed to iPhone mic.
I would have to hear the difference between both, but you're coming in a little muffled.
A little muffled. All right, so let me fix that, and you guys continue.
Okay.
Go about your
Well, let's
Talking about a change of schedule at the last minute.
Yeah, let's hear from Juan. Did you have something that came to mind about that topic?
As far as
Well, like a
to deal
moment,
with
you know,
stress.
when you're caught in a moment like that where things are just thrown off, and then what do you do?
You mean masturbating?
no, I think the best skill a person can have is knowing how to adapt, right? Because you can plan things out as much as you want. Life is life. Things are never going to go your way. So if you know how to adapt, then I think you would have a better way of handling things than other people who, who cannot deviate from that plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, be like an amoeba or the river, like that. Adaptability. It's a good word. Yes. Well, there's some other things about Wu Wei and Yo Wei that I will share.
I thought
maybe
we were
let's
going
hear
to be
from Pipeman.
talking about Wang Chung.
Wang Chung, no.
Oh,
Is that the
sorry.
restaurant?
No, it's everybody Wang Chung tonight.
I don't get it.
Rebel, can you explain?
No.
How come
No, I can't explain Wang Chung. It's a song. I mean, y'all should know what Wang Chung is. I mean, come on now.
Okay, Juan, can you play for the sheltered Canadian the Wang Chung song for a minute? And
He's just got that on the ready.
How's it sound now? Is it better now, Juan?
Sounds good.
Still sounds a little muffled, but I think we can work with it.
All right, we're going to have to, and I'm going to drive, and who knows where my service will go. So we're going to, Rebel, we've done this before, right? When I was like on the Pipeman Radio Tour, driving through Texas and almost ran out of gas trying to do the radio show. Remember that?
Oh, yes, I remember. You like to roll downhill off the interstate to try to get as far as you can, running out of gas. He does this on purpose.
Maybe he's just waiting for that stressful moment to come in and add a little extra chaos.
Stressful moments. Okay, well, he's finding that. Whoops. Yeah, see, that's what's going to happen. My phone's going to fall as I drive. But
where's your sticky tack?
So,
hey, Rebel.
I was just in the cardiologist. I didn't realize till this morning that I scheduled my cardiologist during the time of my show. And so I called up this morning. I'm like, yeah, I want to see if I can get in earlier. And they asked me my cardiologist's name, and then they laughed at me. They're like, yeah, no. Because I had to, when my grandson passed away, I had to change this appointment. I had to beg, borrow, and steal to get this one because his next appointment was February. I'm like, sorry, I'm surfing in Costa Rica in February. Too bad. And then, but anyway, so here's the normal questions that he asked me during my examination. Are you still surfing? Are you still skateboarding? Are you still rollerblading? Yes, yes. Oh, good. Are you still eating good? I'm like, yeah, you know me, I'm eating stricter than you tell me to eat. And then I told him about the stress I had over the past few weeks. And he asked me about that. I'm like, well, I'm very good with coping skills. So I know how, I also, this is one of the biggest problems I can face besides food or anything else. And so I know how to control it. So there is a benefit to being able to shut your emotions off. Like there's people in psychology who say that's not good for you. Well, I don't know. It might have been worse for me if I got a heart attack from keeping the emotions on. Just saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not always good to bottle things up.
Yeah, but you know what? If you're stressing out about it, like all those people around me during that whole thing, they were all like stressing out. I just went outside and like avoided it. You know, like everybody's like, oh, no, 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 no. Enough to make you have a heart attack.
Nature's a good remedy.
And you don't want to have a heart attack and die the same weekend as somebody else in your family. It's just not a good idea. Just saying.
Probably not a good idea now.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's like emotions are meant to move through. We're meant to move through them and not hold on to them or stuff them down, you know? And there is a level of acceptance that helps with that.
Well, I'll tell you something else that I told the cardiologist. And he said, good. He asked me if I'm going to gym still. I'm like, yeah. I said, and he goes, when you're doing anything, does you have chest pains, blah, 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 run out of breath? I'm like, no, as a matter of fact, my grandchildren always like to challenge me to a running race. They lose, and they're breathing hard, and I'm not breathing at all. Somebody said that to me recently, not
breathing hard at all, not breathing at all is not possible.
Yeah, at Louder Than Life. I think it was Lori, my photographer, made a comment of how, like, oh no, it was her boyfriend, her fiance, made a comment about how they saw me run across the whole festival at full speed, and I wasn't breathing hard at all when I got to him, you know? And so I said to him, as a matter of fact, I did some cardio in the Slayer mosh pit.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
in true Pipeman fashion.
Yeah. Okay, so we got assholes here in Florida. I just want to say, because literally the light turned green and it wasn't even a nanosecond. Now he's tailgating me. I have a freaking Jeep. I will. Hold on. I have to.
Oh, nice things to do. Road rage much?
Yeah, just letting those emotions fly. Clearing
Lots
them out.
of things were flying here and there.
Oh, and then he went black. Uh-oh, he must be really giving him hell now.
As long as they're still in motion and no one's gotten out of the vehicle to do anything about it, then we'd have a problem.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly.
I don't know how crazy these drivers get in Florida.
Oh, well, sometimes drivers get a little hectic. Lots of places. I have seen people jump out of the car and stuff. I can honestly tell you this one story. We were at a red light once. It was a red light. And then here's this person bumping their horn. So I did in Pipeman fashion. I stuck my hand out the window and flipped them off. Well, after the light turned green, he proceeded to come around. It was a cop. And he's like, what's this? I'm like, if you don't know, it means fuck you, go on. And he just kept going. Hey, what's wrong? He shouldn't have been telling us to, a cop cannot bump their horn behind you just because he doesn't want to wait at the light. What, you wanted us to run the light so you can give us a ticket? No, it's not going to work that way. Thank you, NOPD. Sorry, it's not going to work that way. And yes, I will call you out.
The trap.
The NOPD.
Yeah, that's where we are different. I had this guy once. He was so mad at me because I needed to make a left turn and I did signal that I was going to go into his lane, but he tried speeding up at the same time that I was getting into his lane because he didn't want me to pass him. I didn't care. I still passed him. I still kind of cut him off because he was trying not to let me through. And then he comes around to the other side and he starts yelling at me through the window, like flipping me the bird, like cursing at me. All I did was turn around, sent him a kiss, and gave him a big smile. He literally pressed on the brakes, and I didn't see him at all for the rest of my ride.
Well,
Nice.
either he was a little homophobic there, or
he was like swung, right? Like he was like swoon.
Yeah.
Either way,
Or he realized the reaction's not worth it. It's like, just let it go.
I was having a good day. I was like, I'm not gonna let this guy ruin my day today. I'm gonna kill him with love.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I've never. Well, to give someone the kiss off, they could take it the wrong way too. But hey, it's all about how you handle the pressure, how you handle the change, and how you handle unforeseen circumstances. I mean, I think it changes Juan seems to be calm, cool, and collective. So I think he's ahead of the game for his age. And I say for his age, I'm not much older than him. So, but he's still younger than me. mentally, you're whatever age you want to be, right? Right? You just don't ever know what age you're going to get. Oh, we'll stop that now.
Yeah, let that be the first thing the Pipeman hears when he comes back.
Yeah.
No. We're definitely not going to. He did mention something about chipmunks. Let me see. It's been a long time since I did that one.
Oh, yeah.
Static.
He's in the portal. He's in the vortex right now. Yeah, exactly.
You know what it is? It's the solar eclipse affecting his signal.
Yeah.
Something's affecting his signal for certain. Right, man, you're killing my ears here, buddy.
But yeah, for sure, the whole, especially around the holidays, I find that, drivers are can be more aggressive, fighting for a parking spot or getting in there. And I had a lady almost intentionally try to hit me in a parking lot once while I was walking. I had to run across the street. And then you know what I would do? I'm more of a thumbs upper. I won't flip them the bird, but it's just good work, man. Good work.
Was this in the States or in Canada?
No, this was in Canada.
Was it a Canadian person or a U.S.
Yeah, I'm sure.
tourist?
Let's assume that it was someone driving, Alberta plates, and I parked and I was just walking into the store and she just slammed on the gas and I had to run out of the way and she was just fuming, and I'm like, what is your problem? But it was around Christmas time, and
yeah, I
just
can see how this is aggressive in Canada.
How what was the question?
I can see how it is aggressive in Canada, but here in Florida, that's just a normal Tuesday for us.
Oh my God. I can believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it gets worse around the holidays. So
that's because people wait till the last minute to do the shopping. You can shop all year long. There's sales all year long. You can go to. Put it in a box in the back of the closet and have it ready for when the holidays come along. Speaking of holidays,
you get go ahead.
Yeah, which is why we no longer have Black Friday be just a one-day sale.
Oh,
they do it for a week and a half now because people kept fighting and it got so violent that they were like, okay, we need to stop this. It's no longer just one day. Now it's a week and a half.
Right. But they still have those Black Friday doorbuster sales that people will wait hours outside of a store. I myself am guilty of this. I waited outside of Target when those eggs came out, the eggs you had to hatch. What were they? Hatchimals. Hatchimals first came out years ago, and I wanted Hatchimals. So I was parked my butt outside all night long outside of the Target doors, and I don't really care for Target. Hey, but if you want to be a sponsor, we welcome it on. Anyway, so I don't care to shop at Target, but I was parked outside of Target and not just parked in my car. I was sitting in front of their door, and here comes the manager out when the line of people, they said, we have this many, and they counted. Everybody else, you can go home because this is all. And these are the people who are getting the tickets, and you better have your hand out because that's what you got. I got you.
Hey.
See, this is why you don't shop sales at the store. You shop sales online Because online is the stuff that's going on sale from the warehouse, not the store.
But they didn't have Hatchimals. You couldn't buy Hatchimals at a warehouse. You do know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about, Hatchimals?
Not really.
No. Must have been before my time.
No, it wasn't before your time. It was in the 2000s. I'll have to go find a hat. I don't have.
I just think about those dinosaurs that you put in water and then they like hatch out of the egg and they grow.
This one hatches itself. Yes, I do know what you're talking about when you put it in water. That like the outside egg dissolves and then the inside swells up to a decent size. Boy, that sounds terrible, doesn't it?
That's what she said. Oh.
Can you imagine being someone listening to this on the radio without context?
Well, look, I'm trying to give context, but for those of you who know what Hatchimals are, they hatch themselves like you. Oh my goodness, I can't even, and nobody's here to tell me. Mine is unhatched. I have the original Hatchimal still unhatched. And everybody's like, well, why didn't you hatch it? Well, I did hatch one of them. I told you I got two.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I gave it to someone else.
But it's like your little, like your Beetlejuice stash box, you know, like that's even just waiting in line. It's a collector's item. People will run each other over. Hopefully not for that, or just like commit to standing in line. I love that enthusiasm. Yeah,
I think I would have hurt somebody for. No, I'm just joking. I wouldn't have. But they did have really
maybe
cool
for
cups.
The cups. Yeah, the cups.
For the cup, it was really cool. And had I known, but I do have to tell you, at the bar at the movie, go figure. They didn't have those things when we were younger. But anyway, because we probably would have been in that illegal line. Stop. Anyway, so
people could smoke inside the theater when you were younger.
No. Yeah. They did smoke on airplanes, though.
They let me guess. They also wore suits to the airplane.
Some people did. I reckon they did. I don't know. That's before my time, really. They did. I have ridden, and this goes to show you that's kind of scary. I have ridden in an airplane that had ashtrays. You couldn't smoke anymore, but they still had ashtrays. That means the airplane was older than its time. But and. Folks, if you happen to ride in an airplane that has an ashtray, get off the plane.
It might be built better than they do today. Yeah. I don't know. You know, this quality.
It's probably well past its time because they haven't been able to smoke on airplanes since the 80s or late 70s, I think. I don't remember. It stopped before my time, so I don't know. But I have been in an airplane that had an ashtray. Go figure. And I have ridden in cars that didn't have seatbelts either. Oh, go figure that one. People rode in the backseat of trucks. These days, you have to harness yourself onto the truck to be in the back. It's still illegal in some places. But be careful because there's videos out there where you're harnessed into the thing, but the harness it gives you more room and you can fall off the truck and be drugged for 2 blocks before the driver stops. Speaking of a little crazy, right? That one's supposed to happen. Never happened to me, but we knew not to sit on the tailgate when it was open.
It almost happened to me once.
Really? You was almost dragged outside of a truck?
I wasn't dragged, but it was about 8 of us in the truck, and it was a single cabin truck, so most of us were in the back of the truck. And there was like some coolers that we were using as seats and everything. And out of nowhere, one of the back tires came out.
Oh, God.
And the whole truck just hit the pavement. And it sent us flying a little bit, but we stayed inside the back of the truck.
Oh, that's good.
And the truck did drag for a couple blocks before it came to a full stop. So luckily it wasn't one of the front tires, otherwise we would have flipped.
Yeah, definitely. What year was that truck made?
I don't remember. This was maybe 2004, 5 ish.
So it could have been driving something from the 90s. It's okay. It's all good. We understand, you know. And was it a Ford? Just saying. Sorry, I'm not a Ford girl. Dodge, GMC, Chevy, and
I think it was a Chevy.
All right, see,
call it a
Dodge,
Chevy.
GMC, Chevy. but Ford. I can understand if it was a Ford.
Hey, I made it back.
You made it
I'm
back.
going to be pulling over. I knew I didn't want to leave, so I'm going to be pulling over. But I do want to say...
Mm-hmm.
He did want to say it, but he can't because it's frozen.
Yeah. He did want to say it when he leaves it's hanging.
He just thought he wanted to say it. He didn't really. But while we wait for Pipeman,
you ready for me now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course.
We ready?
I was going to say, Lashana Tova Tikatevu. Does anybody know what that means?
Happy New Year.
Is it is it a holiday about letting
You're
things go?
Absolutely correct.
Yeah. Is that today?
Yeah,
or
well,
tonight?
no, that's Yom Kippur. This is Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah started at sundown last night, or it starts at sundown tonight. I mean, it starts at sundown tonight. And it's the Jewish New Year, the real New Year, not like the one we celebrate. That's not a real New Year. This is the actual real New Year of
the
lunar calendar, which is the real calendar. The lunar calendar is the real calendar. The Gregorian calendar was made up to be different, you know, because how many of you know that the lunar calendar has 28 days in it, which is the same as a menstrual cycle, because both align with the lunar calendar. So there you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I do want to say, before we have to go, I have to invade. But to finish what I was saying before, I was in the Slayer pit at Riotfest. Riotfest, I only got to go to the last day because of the scenario that I was dealing with, but it was worth it. I went into that pit and I let all my emotions out in the pit, got everything out of there, and it saved somebody's life. Do you know how that happened?
No, tell us.
So I was at the airport the very next morning to go to Louder Than Life, and I was sitting there charging my AirPods for the flight.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm sitting there, and if people in this country, in this world, are so freaking rude nowadays, it blows my mind. We have let politicians give us a permission to all be a bunch of assholes that are rude to each other. And so what happened was, I was on the phone with somebody on my AirPods, so I wasn't paying attention, and the person next to me literally pulled out my plug that was being used and plugged his in. Didn't ask, didn't say anything, and what would have happened had I not been in that Slayer mosh pit is I would have taken the cord, wrapped it around his neck after I pistol whipped him, and then it wouldn't have been good, and I wouldn't have done the show today. So thank God for mosh pit therapy, because mosh pit therapy saved that person's life.
I have a question.
Yay.
How do you pistol whip someone at the airport? It's not really easy to get those things through security these days.
Not that kind of pistol.
Well, it was more like whip them with my charger. It was more like whip them with my charger. But
right.
Charger.
That's what we're calling it these days.
Charger. Yeah. That's what we're calling it.
Someone on the Groupon might have said that once.
It can just go and go and go and go and go. Yeah.
How do you get it to 100%? Only the Groupon members know.
That's right. That is so true. So true. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, Pipeman, are you still with us?
No.
He's not with us.
He's
right
in and out. He's in the portal. He's like traveling. Yeah. Take a ride.
We need to stop. But anyway, so did we get the point across to the ways to keep calm in the ways people deal with things.
I think that my big thing with wu wei. Well, wei means action. Okay, so it's like wu means empty, like just empty action versus intentional action, which is yo wei. Yeah, don't worry about the words too much, but it's like the idea.
They're so fun, though.
Yeah, I know.
This is the first time that I've heard of this, by the way.
Okay. Yeah.
Usually the thing that I hear the most is my way or the highway.
Right.
That's the thing I hear most.
Yeah.
But not everybody gets the highway because they don't get their way. Although the Pipeman's on the highway there.
Yeah, and I heard one lady say that the highway goes to hell, so no one wants to get on that.
And you know what?
Of hell.
There's a highway to hell, but only a stairway to heaven. So what's going on with that?
Well,
you
because
work
we're
to
all
get
going to hell. But speaking of hell, you know what happened this time? So I'm in South Florida. So what happened was my iPhone got too hot in South Florida, and that's what made me disappear.
The iPhone got too hot. Wow.
That's
I think Ellen might have said that once too on a group one.
So,
we never know. That group one.
Having fun. Too hot to handle.
I do want to say that I totally screwed up this whole show, disrupted it, and we didn't even get to talk much about Louder Than Life or Riotfest, so we'll have to do that maybe next week or something. But I do want to say, and what I was saying before, so I caught the one day Slayer, first time in 5 years, absolutely incredible. Louisville.
At Riotfest? Or at Louder Than Life?
Riotfest. The second show was supposed to be at Louder Than Life, except I left Florida so I could go to Kentucky and get hit by a hurricane. And so the day Slayer was playing, it did not rain in blood. It rained in hurricane, and the whole day was canceled. So, and there was rain all weekend. Like, I was in rain all weekend at the festival. But we did have a great time. Louder Than Life was incredible. We'll talk more about it. I did, even with that one day being canceled, I did almost 40 interviews that weekend. Because what's, to me, one of the best coping tools for anything, any mental anguish, is just to bury yourself in work. And while I'm doing interviews, I don't have time to think about crap. So that's the good news. And then I'm flying out tomorrow to go catch the final NOFX shows ever, Pumpkin Drublick in LA, and then up to Sacramento for Aftershock, and then I might be coming home. I don't know yet. I think I have to come home to get a stress test. But
go back to the cardiologist.
I don't know why they need to give me a stress test. I go into mosh pits. If I'm not having a heart attack after a mosh pit or surfing, I'm okay.
I would think so.
It's good to keep in check. Keep your numbers.
So, Dr. Nicole, have you said everything you need to say before I totally ruin the show?
No, never. There's always more.
All right, well, why don't you give out your social handles, your website, your show info, and do it in 5 seconds.
Okay, well, Language of Healing, TV, radio on Talk4 TV and W4WN.com, Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll have some fun. Love to see you there. And then maybe I could just make shoot a little promo or something. I got a little, some extra clip we can add on to this about the concept.
How long's the clip?
Okay, the clip is long. It's like a 6-minute video. Should I condense it to like 1 minute?
Well,
I don't know if I can do that.
We'll play it on the next show because we're out of time. So we don't have 6 minutes. So give it to Juan. He'll play it on the next show. You know what, Rebel? I didn't hear your review, but everybody I've talked to has had nothing good to say about that movie.
Well, that's pretty much what I said. Go back and watch the first one.
And Juan, how about you?
I haven't even seen the first one.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I was born 95. The movie came out in 88.
They have this thing. It's called, movie channels and TV and the internet and YouTube. It's very easy to see movies that were before 2024. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I see that they have it on Max, but it looks like the effects are not up to par with today's standards. So yeah.
When you look at old movies, you have to look at them through the eyes of, back then. So it's not painful to watch. Beetlejuice is actually good, so you should watch it. The original.
Yeah, I agree. That's good.
And
but, looking back,
I had to go to the cardiologist because after going to Louder in Life and Riotfest, get checked up before going to Aftershock and NOFX. And guess what? We might be doing a festival we used to do every year next year that is making a return for the 30th anniversary. It is confirmed there will be a Vans Warped Tour in 2025.
Oh,
amazing.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
There's also, they had this year the return of Mayhem Festival. So there's a lot of great things going on. And, let's focus on all those great things instead of this stupid election. That's what I say. Vote Pipeman for Prez. Vote Pipeman for Prez because they're all a bunch of idiots. I can't be worse.
Goodness.
I can't be worse than what we already have to choose from. Listen, right now, the only person that probably would be worse is, what's his name? Diddy Diddle. Diddy that diddles with little diddles.
Yeah.
But did he do it?
Then.
Did he do it? Did he? That's a movie by 50 Cent coming out or something.
The documentary. He started like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The two of them don't like each other too much. But
yeah, but to make a documentary, how much do you
really
have to hate a person?
Yeah, well,
that's like the long
really
game.
Close?
That's like the long game for a
10 years.
You know who praised Diddy a lot? You know who praised Diddy a lot? One of our presidential candidates. You guess which one?
All of them?
Campbell.
It wasn't all, but close. But yeah, I'll tell you what. Louder in Life was badass. The one day I got to all of Riotfest was badass, but I missed 2 days of it. Aftershock's gonna be amazing. I had to move a bunch of interviews over to Aftershock because of the stupid hurricane. Why is it women are always ruining things?
It's not only women.
So.
It was Hurricane Helene.
That one might have been, and Francine was not pleasant, but
Wilma,
not all.
Katrina.
They're not all.
Francis.
Gustav, Ivan, Charles, there's
I'm sorry, who?
plenty.
I guarantee you, if we go through the list, there's more female hurricanes than male hurricanes.
Just go through the list of all the 5 and 4.
Yeah,
all the hurricanes, like category 5 or 4, all female
Betsy,
names.
Camille.
Well,
Gina.
not all. There was Andrew. There
you go.
Andrew was a 5, but I think Andrew transitioned. Maybe, I don't know.
Could have been.
Really.
Well, it does. It transitions from a tropical storm to a hurricane, right?
Yeah.
So maybe in that transition, you lose a chromosome.
They might lose something.
Anyway, I think we gotta go, don't we, Juan?
We do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, then let's go. Somebody's got to shut the Pipeman up, and let's see everybody next week. Tuesday. No, it's not Tuesday. Wednesday. Yeah, it is Wednesday. 2:00. No, that's Tuesday. Oh, 1:00. The Adventures of Pipeman. But I'm going to be on Pacific Coast time, so it's not going to be 1 p.m. Eastern time because where I'm at, it's going to be...
still going to be 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
is that how it works?
Really? Yeah, that's how that works.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad we had Dr. Nicole Fortin on the show so she could talk about Wang Chong, and I missed it. And,
That's all right. Thanks for having me on. Always a fun time.
We'll have to have her back.
I hope it was helpful.
It was
very helpful for me because I didn't listen.
It was very helpful for all of us.
You're just living the Wu way. You're just empty, and then we just fill, and that's how life rolls. Inhale, exhale. We got your back.
Are you trying to say you're all full of shit?
No.
Oh,
let that shit go.
But we are.
I transform that shit into gold.
That's what I gotta fill. Especially Rebel. She's always full of shit.
Yeah.
In fact, I bet you she'll tell you she actually had sex with Beetlejuice. I'll bet you.
I would love to have sex with Beetlejuice. Bring it on. Beetlejuice.
I'd love to have sex with Winona Ryder.
You can swap.
Let me know.
There it is. Maybe she'll be at Aftershock. I'll tell you who is going to be at Aftershock. Juliette Lewis, who I would do her too.
I'll have them add it to her schedule.
There it is. Okay, you've been listening to Adventures of Pipeman here on W4CY Radio, where Pipeman screwed up the whole show. It was annoying for everybody. So tune in next week. I might not annoy you. And when is it again? Wednesday, right? It's
Wednesday.
1 p.m. It's still 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Eastern time. That's right.
I just want to make sure because I'll be on Pacific Coast time. So do I have to come on at the same time?
I don't know, but I got a show to do, so I gotta go.
All right, go to your show. We all got stuff to do. Goodbye, good riddance, roll it, one.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.